Well, polls everywhere in Britain, and all the news is grim for the Conservative Party, which, according to the polls, faces a landslide defeat at the next election unless the new Prime Minister Liz Truss can turn things around. She's more unpopular than Boris Johnson at any time during his premiership. According to a YouGov poll, 14% of the public have a favourable impression of Liz Truss. 73% view her unfavourably. Her authority is being weakened after a tumultuous Conservative Party conference beset by cabinet infighting. Nadine Dorries, very articulate, who was a prominent supporter of Liz Truss during the Tory leadership contest, said the Prime Minister had made some, quote, big mistakes in her first weeks in office, unquote, and didn't have a mandate for her radical agenda. One of the plainly stupid initiatives Liz Truss proposed was to curb increases to welfare benefits at a time when people are struggling to cope with the cost of living. Well, let's go to David Maddox, who has better insight into the crisis of the Conservative Party than anybody. He is, as you know, the political editor of Express Online. You can read him at express.co.uk. And David joins me. David, has anything improved for Liz Truss or the Conservative Party since the conference?
The short answer to that, Alan, is no. In fact, they're going further behind in the polls. We have a weekly tracker poll, and they lost another 2 points the last time that came up at the end of last week. And, that sets them on to the worst result in their history. They're 22 points behind Labour. The party seems to be, the Conservative Party, that is, seems to be absolutely dead set on fighting each other and kind of killing off their electoral prospects. I noticed, actually, just before I came on air with you, Rishi Sunak has now reappeared. He was seen hugging the shadow Labour Chancellor, Rachel Reeve, at an event last night and having a friendly chat with her. His supporters are milling around Parliament today. We've got Prime Minister's questions coming up. Nobody seems to be supporting Liz Truss at all, not least of all people in her cabinet. It's all slightly crazy.
How did the speech go to the conference? She attacked, quote, the enemies of enterprise. She said Britain was too reluctant to do things differently and staked her premiership on developing the economy. Are they still saying in both Number 10 and the Cabinet that Liz Truss's future is problematical and that Ben Wallace, the Defence Secretary, is being lined up?
Yes, this is true. They are. I think she's now got till Christmas. I mean, initially there was a point last week where people were giving her 10 days to sort it out, but the speech was good enough. It was about as good as she's ever delivered, which is not great because she's not a very good speech maker, but it was a good speech. She's bought herself, I reckon, enough time to at least get through till Christmas, see another budget through, and then see what happens in January. But if things continue to go badly, the idea is that they tell her to go, and then instead of having a leadership race, they find a unity candidate. The obvious person there is the Defence Secretary, Ben Wallace. Nice, solid chap.